Hi Paul, for today's episode I interviewed the co-founder of EngageRocket, CheeTung Leong. Now EngageRocket is a people analytics solution provider based in Singapore that aims to help HR build real engagement across the workforce. So I started by asking CheeTung what was the HR problem that he and his co-founders saw when he developed the EngageRocket solution.
The main problem that we are trying to solve was, and still is, that companies don't get their employees. They don't get their employees like how they get their customers. So I'll give you a good example. Until today, many employers still think that their top talent leave them because they're paid better by their competitors. But when we ask the top talent why it is that they leave, they feel like, number one, they're not feeling valued. Number two, they don't feel recognized for the kind of work that they're doing. And there's a huge disconnect between what management thinks and what the talent think. And this translates into what we now know as the Great Resignation. 41% of people are planning to quit within the next year in their jobs. 85% are disengaged, and this causes a $7 trillion drag on the global economy. So we set up EngageRocket very much to bridge this gap, to be able to allow leaders, managers, HR teams to understand in real time what their people are thinking and feeling, and to be able to take effective action on that.
Okay, so did you see any changes, especially now during the pandemic, where countries still have travel restrictions? Organizations are finding it difficult to hire foreign talent because of these restrictions. Are companies focusing now more on internal talent and managing that? And how does the EngageRocket apply to that?
Yeah, absolutely right, Vandana. I think over the pandemic, we've seen a surge in interest in using tools like ours to listen to employees, because there is a talent war going on right now, and it is a zero-sum game because the supply of talent is limited and the demand has gone up exponentially. Where companies have been using us the most is really to understand what is it that drives someone to want to quit, being able to analyze that data and understand where in that employee experience are they falling short? Is it the first 30, 60, or 90 days during the onboarding period? Or is it after they've been with the company for 1 to 3 years and they've gone through several rounds of performance appraisals, manager feedback? Or are they actually the longer term employees who have been with the company for a long time but are now feeling disenchanted or unrecognized for their contributions to the company? So being able to apply EngageRocket gives companies a clear understanding of where the key points of friction are with their talent, and to be able to take early steps to avoid unwanted attrition.
So is EngageRocket going to have some new innovations in the coming year now that the pandemic has kind of changed the way people are working now?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because the workplace is now evolving towards more of a hybrid workplace. And we believe very much that this is here to stay. EngageRocket is then extremely critical to support companies in their ability to manage a hybrid workplace. Their managers and their leaders have to develop new skills to be able to engage and motivate teams that may or may not be remote, being able to listen to their employees, but able to also take concrete actions that are data-driven and scientifically backed, is something that all managers are going to benefit from our product enhancements. We're also going to be looking at the overall employee lifecycle, because timely intervention is important, not just in the course of day-to-day business, but even in the course of an employee's time in a company. We want to support leaders and managers and HR teams to make timely interventions such that they can change the trajectory of their talent, and to allow them to engage and motivate and retain their talent for longer.